What's going on, everybody? It's Hammer. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025. Good morning, Cindy Pulliam. Great to have you here. Good morning, Mark Clark. Great to see you as well, my friend. So I am here with the Daily Mortgage Rate Update, the only place on the web where we get together and talk each weekday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, about what's going on with rates and pricing here on Facebook and YouTube. Today, we got a lot to cover. We're going to talk about jobless claims. Get a job. We're going to talk about down with GDP. Yeah, you know me. We're going to talk about how Wall Street loves a good taco. Notice the capital TACO, all caps. It is an acronym. We're going to talk about the Trump taco. Talk about how Musk dodges Doge, and if it matters for rates. Courts taking away Trump's tariff stick. That doesn't leave him with much. He's not big on the carrot. But we're going to talk about why it's actually not a big deal. All this and more, what it means for mortgage rates. A lot to talk about today. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you're here live, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook or YouTube know that you were here. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, smash that like button, tag another friend, share the post in a group. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. You know how all that stuff works. If you'd like to be reminded that I'm going live each day and you want a quick reminder to your phone, you can go ahead and get that. Sign up at hmmr.io/reminder or use this cool QR code over here. If you're on your phone right now, you can actually take a screenshot and go back to your photos. The QR code will still work. Can't say this enough. I say it almost every day. But QR codes were so useless years ago and had so much potential, but it was wasted potential. So useful now that phones have finally built it all in. Let's go ahead and say hi to all the live folks here this morning. All of my friends, welcome to all of you once again. Good morning, Cindy Pulliam, the first to say hello. Mark Clark, great to see Amy Blauser. Good morning, Mike Brown. Good to have you here, my friend Ron Siegel. Good morning, sir. Ron says today is National Biscuit Day. I will tell you that living up north in Jersey, we had the best bagels. They do not know how to make bagels out here in Western North Carolina. It's kind of sad. It's like round bread. However, they do make a damn good biscuit. You want some of the best biscuits? The South has the biscuits. You can taste the salt. Oh, we got a place down here called the Butter Biscuit. Big old great biscuits. It's wonderful biscuits. So there's my question of the day for you is, do you eat biscuits? What's your favorite thing to put on them? Do you eat biscuits? What is your favorite thing to put on them? Jam, butter, gravy. Now, I will tell you, I absolutely love me some really good biscuits and gravy. However, it's terrible for you, and I don't eat it often. But I do love me some biscuits and gravy. So let me know in the comments, what do y'all like? Jam, butter, gravy? Do y'all eat biscuits? Who's from the South? Where do you get your best biscuits? Angela Walters, good morning. Mike Morano, great to see you, my friend. Happy Friday Eve. I am, Ron, if you can't do the math for Pacific time, I know when you were guest hosting, you put that Pacific time on there. Sorry, my friend, it's Eastern or nothing. We roll Eastern. Megan Bissell, good morning. Kamazika, Jerry Avila, Tim Kleiler, great to have all of you here. Taylor, Henry, great to see you. Nicole Semerad, good morning. Brian Phillips from Louisville, Kentucky. I know that you got some biscuits down in Louisville, Kentucky, Mr. Phillips. Mallory Fotiadis, good morning. Will Patterson, Bobby J. Jones, Allison Foy. Great to have all of you here. So, all right. What is that? You guys are giving me the freshman 15. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to give that one to me. So once again, if you're just joining us this morning, today we're gonna cover get a job. Down with GDP, you know me. Wall Street loves a good taco. Musk dodges Doge. Courts take away Trump's tariff stick. We've got a lot to go over, so let's go ahead and let's get started and jump in there. So taking a look here, quick recap what happened yesterday. We're going to call this one ho-hum. Let me go ahead and move this up on the screen a little bit. Let's zoom in a little and see if it'll, there you go. So what we got going on, take a look yesterday. We had a nice little spike early right here. Actually, where is, here we go. So right here, we had a bit of a spike early, but then by the time that rate and pricing come out, that's generally right about here, right between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you're generally we'll highlight this here. That's when rates and pricing come out right about there. Now, after that, there was a bit of a loss. So you had a handful of the very touchy lenders that repriced worse, but overall, there really wasn't much there. And we did see recovery. And basically, if we draw the line, we ended the day almost exactly the same as where we were when pricing came out. So although bonds did slip early through that early afternoon period right here, when most lenders set rate sheets and when we ended the day, we were basically the same. Nothing to get too excited about there. So, but looking this morning, take a look here. You can see there was this big drop down right here that we saw. But then we have seen some really nice recovery. Look at this mountain climb up here. Couldn't do better if it was Tom Cruise, baby. We've seen some nice improvement. Now, generally, if rate sheets came out yesterday right around here, around 98.60, this morning we're at around 98.80. That's around 20 basis points better. 20 basis points on your rate sheet basically means that you're looking at pricing. We were at 6.98 here. Let's zoom in on this, right? Call this 6.98 right here. This morning, oops, I don't like that one. Hold on, let's do it again. Here you go. This morning, we're going to be a little bit better. How much better than that? I don't know, 6.92. But generally, you're not going to see too much movement. As far as rate sheets today, rates are going to be the same. Pricing will be better. Bonds started the day off in negative territory, but really come on strong after that economic data. Reprice risk on the moderate, though. Definitely keep that in mind. I am not betting that bonds are going to hold the gains. I don't think we're going to see this. In fact, if I were going to draw a new line, I'm going to give it to you right about here. 98.71 is where I think we will see. So I think we'll see bonds trickle back down. And I don't think we're going to close the day above 98.71. Keep that in mind. That's my magic number there. What that means is some of the more touchy lenders may consider repricing through the day today, but I think for the masses, you're pretty safe. I don't think we'll continue to see rates drop, or see bonds lose ground here, rather. I don't think that's a big deal. Let me go ahead and let me move the window over a little bit so we can go over everything. So let me pull this over. But as far as, taking a more specific look at it, the outlook, I don't think rates are really going to improve much from here. Taking a look here at the candlesticks, you could see that this was the middle of May that we were up here. But since then, we really just, everything has been below this line. And you can argue that that's where I'm going to get my 98.71. I think it's right about there. You could say that we could possibly get back up and improve to this. I don't think that we will, though. I don't think it's going to happen. But there is a little bit of room. So let's go over what's going on in the headlines. As far as lock advice goes, I would still be locking anything closing less than 30 days, locking anything longer that's risk averse, especially if willing to pay the premium. Let's take a look here. So the big headline, of course, Trump trade strategy roiled by the court blocking global tariffs. So I said this morning that, this is probably the biggest thing. This is part of the whole taco trade as well. So taco trade is the term that has been brought about from someone over at where the heck was it? Here it is. We'll do this. So Trump fumes over taco trade. The taco trade was Trump always chickens out. That was made famous from a Financial Times columnist, Robert Armstrong. Basically, he just pointed out what we've talked about before, which is Trump's MO is to raise, rates or raise that percentage and that stuff really high, come in, with a very big stick, and then he drops everything down. And that's, part of his negotiation tactics. The media just having some fun with him. And Wall Street loves a good acronym. So the Trump always chickens out called the taco trade. And that getting some headlines. What effect does it really have on mortgage rates? None, zero, nada, nothing that you're going to see have any effect on that. Looking at some other stuff this morning, jobless claims I don't know if I have it up yet, but jobless claims came in a little bit higher than expected, and the continuing claims also came in. So jobless claims rise more than expected, and the continuing claims. So when Thursday we get jobless claims, which is basically it's unemployment. Who's applying for unemployment? New applications were up to 240,000 seasonally adjusted versus a forecast of 230,000. If I remember correctly, I think it was last week was 226,000. So it's funny, week to week, this is getting a lot more attention than it used to get. For jobless claims, for unemployment, but the continuing claims, who is on unemployment, who hasn't fallen off the payroll, that number is going up a little bit. So those are just signs of a weaker labor market. Generally, that helps give bonds a bit of a boost. We can argue that it's helping this morning for us being up 19 basis points. 10-year Treasury yield 4.45, below that 4.5 mark for the moment yet again. I don't think it's really going to hold up that long, though. I do think we're going to see things continue to get worse there. There was an article in Bloomberg yesterday about how treasuries are in trouble, but I did not prep that for this morning. So anyway, the whole thing with Trump is that the courts, particularly it was one of the courts that handles international trade or something. I forget where it is in here, but the global tariffs were deemed illegal by a U.S. trade court, which ordered the levies to be stopped within 10 days. Now, does that mean that somebody like my acquaintance who paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in tariffs will get their money back? Yeah, not going to happen, right? Could you imagine? I mean, and this is why this is a problem, and this is actually playing some role in mortgage rates. Now, the reality, though, where is the article? It talks about Goldman. Here you go. So Goldman, Morgan Stanley say Trump can deploy other tariff tools. What the court said was that he can't use the 1977 law that he's using as far as how he is gaining the ability. And I've talked about this before. The president does not actually have the authority to implement tariffs on their own. Congress would need to do that. The reason that Trump is able to do that is he's currently utilizing a 1977 law, and he talks about national security and things like that. But it's different from the law that he used the first time around when he was doing the tariff last time. So there's ideas. Markets are not overly celebrating this because they think that even though that Trump is, has got this kind of strike against it. You've got a couple things wrong with it. Number one, he is going to appeal, of course, and the administration will appeal. And then number two, they can use something else to get around that. So, but that's how that's there. What do y'all think of it? Ron Siegel says, let's see. Oh, the freshman 15, you gave 15 pounds your freshman year of college from the beer. Got it. Let's see. So good morning, everybody. Jessica Wells, good morning. All right. So, here you go. Over under. Ron Siegel says tariff block lasts 2 days before there's some sort of stay. Yeah, exactly. Markets had an initial reaction, but it was short-lived. Not anything to get excited about. Nobody's overly concerned about it. Markets are all about NVIDIA today. Yeah, I don't tend to go into that one a lot, but you're absolutely right. Anybody looking at the headlines, earnings from yesterday were good, moving the market. The reason NVIDIA is because of the chip maker, AI, all this stuff. That's the big thing. Mike Morana says, in my opinion, tariffs will equalize world trade. China will cave. Rates have to improve. U.S. treasuries are artificially inflated. It will correct soon. I don't think so, Mike. I don't agree with you. I don't think they're artificially inflated. And I don't think that we're going to see them correct. I think that they're going to stay very much in that same range of where they're at. But we'll call it between 4.25 to 4.5. I think we're going to see them stay there. I don't think we're going to see them move anytime soon. As far as longer term and the outlook for rates and where all that stands, I mean, my opinion, rates simply aren't going down much from here. Thankfully, the inverse is also true. We're, at least for the moment, tomorrow's PCE data, not going to matter. I don't think it's going to make much of an effect. Expectations of what we're going to see from the Fed have not changed recently. Still expecting no changes at the June meeting, which is now about what, 3 weeks? We're about 3 weeks away. Looking at July, very little expectation that we'll see a rate cut by then. 0.25%. September is now the leader. And remember, it was June just a little while ago. We keep kicking the can down the road, but it's the same old. We have not seen enough signs that the economy is actually weak. The GDP data that came out this morning, 0.2 instead of 0.3, they were the final numbers for Q1. Is it really that big of a thing? No, it's really not. So all of it helping rate sheets momentum this morning, and why you're seeing a little bit of this improvement here, and also why I don't think those gains are going to hold on for the day. So that's just my opinion. But all right, well, let's have some fun. That's what I got to say there. If you have anything else to say about it, let me know. Otherwise, question of the day is, do you eat biscuits? What's your favorite thing to put on them? Let's go through your comments. Bobby J. Jones said, with real butter. That was one thing that surprised the heck out of me being down here in the South. So many of the restaurants serve whipped stuff, and it's not butter. Like, I thought that down here you would definitely see butter. Alison Foy is going with jam. What flavor? Strawberry, grape? I don't think grape is a jam, though, is it? It's like strawberry, peach. Nice. Ron Siegel, a 60-pound loss today. Dude, congratulations. I've started a caloric deficit at the beginning at Tuesday when I got home from my bike trip. I broke my leg a year ago, y'all. It's been a year, and I have not been physically active. My body is feeling it and showing it. I'm up to 240 again, but not a healthy 240. And so I am losing some weight as well. Nicole Simmer added all the biscuits, sausage, jam, and butter. Heck yeah, girl. Let's see who else we got. Mallory Fotiadis, an Alabama girl here. Love biscuits and gravy, but I love fresh cooked biscuits with homemade jelly. I'm with you on that one. Giddy up, Mr. Randy Tickle. Jessica Wells, good morning. Gravy on biscuits, but also homemade jam and butter will do. This is a terrible thing to bring up, Ron. You're making me hungry, man. Not loving this. Brandy Brickler, biscuits and gravy every week at the VFW. Jerry Avila, biscuits with jam or honey. Whatever flavor's on the table. Gotcha. Ron says, we have a time frame for rate improvements. End of summer, we'll see the 10-year start down, be about 3.9 by early fall. The cent moves on banks holding treasuries will benefit interest rates and spread between 30-year. I hope you're right, man. I don't have a lot of optimism on that, but I hope you're correct. What I think is going to happen, I think you're going to see home prices start to fall more than you're going to see rates fall. I definitely see buyer fatigue. People are still out buying houses. However, I think if rates don't fall, you're going to see home prices start to fall. Concessions, of course, already ticking up. And it's regional. There's certain markets, things are super tight. Certain markets, they're not. What do y'all think? Do you think rates will fall first or home prices will fall first? There's another question for you. Do you think rates will fall first or home prices will fall first? Jessica, I am with you. They're making me, I'm starving like Marvin now. James Mahan live, but you're going to have to watch the replay. Yeah, you probably will. Let me know in the comments, y'all. What do you think? Do you think rates will fall first or home prices will fall first or neither? I'm thinking for me, I think it's rates will fall, home prices will fall. I don't think rates are really going to fall much. So remember, here's a few things. Grab and Go Social presale. You can still get in on that. $7 to get early access. We need to make sure we're fine tuning it. Ron, any positive feedback from while I was away? We're getting back on that horse. I'm going to be talking to Austin today about it. A lot of the baby stuff, if you know what I'm talking about, that stuff went over really well and was easy to do. If you want something simpler in life and you just want some free daily lock advice, check us out at ratelockadvice.com. If you want to sign up for our text alerts, we send out texts 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, between 4 and 5 at the end of the day Eastern time. And if we see a if we see a risk of large scale reprices worse, or if things actually improve and we want to warn you and make sure you don't lock anything when you could be benefiting from better pricing, we warn you of that as well. So check that out at ratetextalerts.com. Don't forget, we help you grow your business on Google and social media. Check out originatorssuccess.com as well. So appreciate your kind words, Mr. Ron Siegel. I'm going to take a screenshot of this one. So let me get rid of my biscuits and gravy question. Now we're going to turn that off. And let me take a screenshot of this one. Come on, wake up, Mr. Screenshot Software. Here we go. Ready? And there we go. Oh, it didn't. Oh, there. It was delayed, and I wasn't in the. There we are. All right, cool. Appreciate those kind words, Mr. Siegel. Again, if y'all are interested, go check it out. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Thank you so much. Mallory says home prices first. We are seeing a lot of concessions in her market. Yeah, that's what I think. I think home prices are going to go down before we see rates go down. Brenda, home prices. And Harry, or in San Diego, rather, Harry Dennis says he thinks rates will go down before home prices. San Diego, one of those markets. Yeah, California, another California guy. I think Ron Siegel thinks rates go down before home prices. Taylor Henry says rates before home prices. So my opinion, not too popular. We will see. We will see. Again, I don't think it's going to be a big, like there's a bubble or anything. I wouldn't even call it a correction. I just think you're just seeing fatigue hit the market. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make it a fantastic day, and we'll have all something new. We'll talk about the PCE data tomorrow and talk about what we've got going on as we head into the weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.